Hey everyone, Mark here from Certified Professional Detailers. Here in the shop, super busy week. Got an elevation done over here, CCI Advance. Got a brand new Escalade. I'm getting ready to. I'm actually about a third of the way through the polishing now. So got a Kia K5 coming in this afternoon. They're trying to come get this elevation before the snow starts in a couple hours. We'll see how that goes. I put amp on it though, so it's all good. So I want to talk about three different actions you can take today to start getting your business moving and start getting some action and activity from your clients. Gone are the days where you just sit back and wait for stuff to happen. That is not the reality of life anymore. You don't just put an ad, the biggest ad you can afford in the yellow book, and then hope that people start calling you. Today, we have the privilege of having, hey, what's going on, brother? A cell phone and a million different digital and physical tools in order to go market ourselves. So I'm going to give you three things you can do today, right now, to get your business moving and to start seeing some activity in your business. First of all, get into your client list. And this is a hard one for some people because there's a level of discomfort here, especially in the younger generation that is not used to this. But get into your client list, which is basically your whatever, if you have it in a CRM like your Able or OrbisX, um, if you have it in an Excel spreadsheet, if you have it in a notebook somewhere, get into your client list and start calling people. And I know a lot of people really struggle with this. And I have challenged people for years on this. I actually did this first couple years that I was really decided either go big or go home with my business. I was either going to make it or not make it. I would get into my client list and I would call 20 to 30 people a day that I had done business from before and basically ask them for business. Hey, this is Mark from Visual Pro Detailing. Wanted to know if you needed anything, if you needed a detail, if you needed a quick wash, if you needed an interior. I wasn't just ceramic coatings back then, which I am like 90% plus nowadays. So I did anything and I needed the business. I needed work to come into the shop. So I wasn't picky. I wasn't particular. I did not have a snobby, high-minded attitude about it at all. Anything I could get into the shop, I would get into the shop. And if it wasn't more than a few days of doing that, but really I would do it any time I did not have work that day, I would get on the phone. And you would be shocked if you call people up and be like, hey, I have an opening for Thursday. And I thought about you. We haven't seen you in a while. Just wondered if we could get you in for a detail package. You would be shocked the reaction you will get. This is a hard one for some people though, because there is a level of discomfort. It's not something where you just, text it on your phone. It's not something where you can be impersonal. You are personally calling these people and asking them for business and for activity. That can be hard, but it is an almost surefire way to get activity and get things moving in your shop again. Number two, for those of you that are a little more tech savvy, that are a little more on the social media side, create a low cost retargeting ad to your page followers, to your website visitors, if you have your website set up with a pixel on it, and start retargeting those people with an ad. If you're a member of Certified Professional Detailers, there is an entire multi-video series about exactly how to do this. And if you're not a member of CPD, there's a lot of other resources. It's not a super hard thing to do to create a retargeting ad with a retargeting audience. And basically, you're just getting back in front again. Two out of these three actions that you can take right now come from your current market, okay? And that's why, because it's 10 times cheaper and it's tremendously easier to get people to come back to you and do business with you again than it is to acquire a new customer. So you get out there, you do a low cost retargeting ad, and you basically say, hey, I'm here. I'm still thinking about you. I still exist, because you might be the center of your universe, but you are not the center of your customer's universe. They need to be reminded that you're there, that you exist, what you do, and how you do it. So, by creating a low cost, simple retargeting ad, you can today start reactivating your current customers and people who have been interested in what you do but haven't quite taken the leap. If you want a little step further hint or tip on number two here, which is retarget through an ad, make it something that is purchasable, simple to understand, and actionable. So, say that you went and created that ad and say, I have an opening for 8 a.m. on Thursday, the 20th, to do my signature detail package for a customer. And you're being very specific. And then you go into what the benefits. Don't go into all the nerdy detailing stuff. They don't care about what sealant you're using. They don't care what type of clay you're using. They don't care about what type of extractor you have. What is it going to be for them? What are they going to experience by purchasing that service? Have a clean exterior, free of all the road salt and grime from this long winter, and have a renewed and refreshed, crisp and clean interior that you would be happy to take your friend out to coffee at. That visual explanation of what they would receive with the service will go a super long way to put in their mind what they're actually getting through purchasing a detailing package. If you want to go with the ceramic coating, the same way. But if you're looking to reactivate people, like you're empty, it's February, you got nothing going on. Mike Phillips always said, whenever I was a big part of the Auto Geek forums back in the day, he always said, there's a lot more $100 bills out there than there are $500 bills. And I know there's no such thing as a $500 bill, but his point was, it is tremendously easier to land simple express jobs than it is to land $1,000, $1,500 ceramic coating jobs, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're looking for low hanging fruit, if you're looking just to get activity and get people moving, this is the way to do it. The third step here, okay? And again, these are things that you can do today to start things moving. Question for you: how many viewers per day do you have on your website? Just as a general question, it's rhetorical, but a general question. My website, really, it's gone up massively since I'm making some recent changes, but I average, and these are actual like customers, 30 plus views a day. You say, oh, that's not that much. I live in a very rural area, so I'm actually really, really happy with that. Okay. I'm actually really, really happy with that. It goes up tremendously when the warm weather hits, when the spring hits, etc. Um, but for February, it has been rock star. My numbers are way, way up. My question to you is if you're getting website traffic, but people aren't taking action, they aren't calling you, they aren't leaving forms, they aren't emailing you, they aren't instant messaging you, they're not popping into your shop, there is more than likely, and this is one of my big focuses, and this is why I'm writing the copywriting playbook for detailers called Fully Booked, to simplify your offer, to simplify your message so that people actually start buying. So number 3 is simplify your offers. Almost every single detailer I've talked to and researched over the last few months has had sometimes way more than 3, but at least 3 different packages, good, better, best, or something like that. Gold, silver, platinum, level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. But when you get into actually talking to them, when you get into actually um, cracking into the data, well, how many of these packages do you sell? There is almost always at least one package, usually 2, but at least one package that they hardly ever sell. And what it's really doing is that if it's not selling, yeah, exactly. It starts confusing people at times. If it's not selling, it's confusing people. What they say in the retail world, which I spent a good amount of time there back before I started my business, was that it's taking up shelf space. So you'll have a shelf and you'll have a bunch of products for sale on it. And then you'll have a product that no one wants or no one understands or isn't very visually appealing and it's not selling. It's taking up shelf space that could be garnered to help people's attention focus on something that really matters that they do want to buy. So, my question to you is if you have website viewers and you have traffic, you have people seeing your social media ads, but they're not buying, it's time to simplify your offer. You cannot have things that are not selling and continue to keep them out there because either you need to repackage that offer and make it something someone does want to buy or or you get rid of it completely and you focus on the offer that actually sells that people actually want. I know. I know. Mark's talking crazy. This is something different. I don't really like this. This is uncomfortable. I get it. It absolutely is. It is uncomfortable to talk about this. But there is an epidemic in the detailing industry of people selling things that the customers do not buy, do not want, and haven't purchased for years, but we keep them up there simply because we're afraid of missing out on sales that we've never got in the first place. To focus this back into the list, number 1, get into your client list and start calling people. Don't send them an impersonal text message unless you have that sort of relationship with them. Call them and say, hey, I've got an opening on 8 a.m. on Thursday. I thought of you. Would you like to get anything done? Be specific. Be specific and offer them something. Don't just be like, I was wondering if there's any way I could help you. I have got an opening 8 a.m. on Thursday to do my signature detail package. I was wondering if you would be interested in taking that slot. The worst thing they can say is no. And most of the time, they're going to be actually flattered that you thought about them and they were on your list of people to call. That most people will actually feel good about that. Number two, create a low cost retargeting ad that is very specific towards a certain package, a certain offering that is available at a certain time. Number three, simplify your offer. Go in there, work instead of working in your business, which is detailing cars, something that I do every day is still. I just enjoy it. I love it. It's part of who I am right now. Instead of just working in your business, work on your business and simplify your offer until people understand it and they buy it and it starts converting and improving your business. If you're a member of CPD, make sure to jump into the closed group. Um, I'm picking out a couple people this week that we're going to be creating the content one-on-one for exactly how to simplify your offer. We're going to be talking exactly how to simplify your packages. We're going to talk about how to rename packages so people get really excited about it. We are going to be talking about how to simplify everything about your business so that instead of just throwing more money at ads, we actually start getting higher conversions through all of our marketing. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. So if you're a member of the CPD group, make sure to jump into the private Facebook group and check into that. If you're curious about retargeting ads, there is an entire series of videos that shows you exactly how to do retargeting ads for detailers in the Certified Professional Detailers course content. If you're not a CPD member, look it up on YouTube. It's not detailer specific, but there's tons of content out there about how to create a retargeting ad. You guys have any questions? Put it in the comments below, or you can message me directly. I would be happy to help. I will talk to you all soon. I'm going to get back to it and get this Escalade all polished up and ready to be coded.